Hello, and welcome to What is Crypto? I'm Matt, and this is Crypto. Today I'm going to be talking to you about KASPA, ticker signal KAS. In the video, I'm also going to be talking to you about Bitcoin dominance, KASPA Bitcoin pairs, the general state of the market, and also what we can potentially expect to be coming up next. I'll also touch on what I'm doing at the moment, current trades I'm making, and a couple of other things. So if that sounds like it could be for you, then smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Cheers, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Now let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, we're going to start off by looking at Bitcoin. As you probably know, if you've been in the crypto space a fair while, Bitcoin is the most important cryptocurrency to watch when you're looking at other cryptos. In general, Bitcoin sets the trend and other coins follow. So Bitcoin, we want to see breaking out, and the breakout of Bitcoin will hopefully correlate with the increase in altcoin prices, such as that of KASPA. So since around February, we've been in this downward trend. So we've been making lower highs and lower lows. So that's not what we want to see. Although we are forming a larger bull flag, we are in a downward trend. However, what we're doing at the moment has potentially put in a higher low and a higher high. So as you can see up the top of this trend range, we've been making lower highs. Now we did make a lower high here. However, our last high has been higher. The only thing to be careful of is though that we are still below this greater trend line. So what we want to see is for Bitcoin to break out and hold above this trend line. If we can break out and hold above 67, 68K, I think we're going to see all-time highs soon. On the downside, what we don't want to see is we don't want to see a lower low any lower than 52K. So we had our low down here at about the 48, 49K, then 52K. Hopefully the low is in here at 59K. However, really anything above 57K, even down to around the 54K, I'm still considering, if we bounce from there, to be in a potential uptrend. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin at the moment. I'm being a little bit careful buying at these levels as we are at the top of a range. Although I do think, given that we have printed a higher low and a potential higher high, that we have a good chance of breaking out. Now that also lines up with where we're at in the market when you look at when Bitcoin tends to go parabolic. So if you're not familiar with the Bitcoin dominance chart, these yellow lines mark the Bitcoin halvings, and this chart really indicates how Bitcoin is faring versus the general market. So when Bitcoin dominance is decreasing, the price of Bitcoin is going up. However, the price of altcoins is by and large outperforming that of Bitcoin. So when we have these massive drop-offs, that indicates altcoin season. Bitcoin's booming, but altcoins are really outperforming. So what we don't want to see is we don't want to see an increase in Bitcoin dominance, as when Bitcoin dominance increases, the price of Bitcoin, it might be going up or it might be going down, but Bitcoin is outperforming our altcoins. So usually we have a Bitcoin halving, and then about 7 or 8 months later, then we have a sharp drop off, and that's really altcoin season. So this has happened not exactly the same, but it's happened in the last few cycles. So what we want to see is we do want to see a breakdown of this uptrend of Bitcoin dominance and a sharp drop off. Now, we aren't 7 months past the halving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 months puts us around December. Now, you've probably all heard people talk about October. October is generally a fairly bullish month for crypto, especially in Bitcoin halving years. We've also got the elections coming up. I think regardless of who wins, we can have a bull run. Alrighty, so now that we've looked at Bitcoin, we've looked at Bitcoin dominance, let's have a little bit of a look at KASPA. So this is why we're here today. This is why we're having a look at the video. So if you're like me, you're bullish on KASPA, super bullish on KASPA, and it's my biggest bag for a number of reasons. So if you have a look at the tech and code, you have a look at the founder, Jonathan Sompolinski, and you have a look at the community as well, I think KASPA is doing something pretty damn special. So as we established before, the market since February has been pretty negative. However, if you look at the market on KASPA since February, it's really chopped around, and it's a very similar price than it was then. Look, we may be 15% down. However, a lot of altcoins are down 50, 80%. So KASPA has been performing a lot better than most of the other altcoins. We've also been in this consolidation range now for many months. And what we're going to see likely when Bitcoin breaks to the upside is we're going to see KASPA break out of this range and then push up towards that 38-cent mark. Now, why I'm talking 38 cents is I just think that that is the level that we're going to hit around November. I think Bitcoin's going to break to all-time highs, and I think KASPA by November, December should hit that 40-cent mark. Now, my price targets for KASPA are above $1, I'm thinking somewhere between the $1 and $4 range is pretty good for me. Now, I think that for a multiple number of reasons, but if you look at past cycles, the outperformers continue to outperform by and large. People think that if you buy the lowest market cap coin, then you're going to make the most amount of X's. But by and large, it doesn't work out that way a lot of the time. In a peak bull run when there's absolute pandemonium going on, maybe you can be a bit more fast and loose with your plays, but until then, you want to pick strength and you want to back that strength. You want to pick a coin that has been outperforming, a coin that has great fundamentals, a great team, and a great community. And I think that for me is definitely KASPA. So at the moment, KASPA, I'm loving the entry that we're getting here. You're looking at these ranges. We've been playing a bit of ping pong between them. So you're thinking that anything around the 14 to 15 cent mark is in our buy zone. So if we can accumulate before the next parabolic leg up, we should do fairly well. Super bullish on KASPA. We're still looking at between a 5 and a 15x from here left in this bull run. So we've still got a fair few legs to go. But yeah, am I buying at the moment? Yeah, I'm setting buy orders down around the 14 cent mark. I don't have a huge amount of stable coins left, so I am adding to my KASPA here, noting that once we do break all-time highs, the risk-reward profile is going to exponentially get worse. Super bullish on KASPA, not just short-term, but long-term. However, we're in crypto to make multiples, and the amount of multiples you can make at 14 cents, 10x to $1.40. $1.40 is by no means bullish on KASPA this run. So a 10x from down here. If you're waiting until 25, 30 cents, 10x is suddenly putting it $2.50, $3, which is probably on the upper end of where it could hit. But for me, accumulating around these ranges makes sense. It also makes sense as if Bitcoin does break down, KASPA has showed relative strength. Now, if KASPA does break below this range, we've also got this longer term support. So when Bitcoin, if it does break down again, hopefully it doesn't, but say if Bitcoin does break down again, our downside likely is either already in or is potentially down to around the 12.9, 13 cent mark. So I think there is a huge amount of upside to come and not that much downside to come. So I think you could do a lot worse than accumulating KASPA at these prices. Alrighty, now I said I'd talk a bit about what I'm doing in the market currently. So I'm accumulating KASPA, but I'm also accumulating a couple of meme coins. Now I'm not going to go too into them. If you follow me on Twitter, which I think you should, you'll know what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about the trilogy. So that is Boo, Book of Ethereum, currently got a market cap of 26.7 million. Hope, History of Pepe, market cap of 3.2 million, and Profit, which has a market cap of 3.6 million. I think these all have huge amounts of legs left in them. And what I love about them is not only is the community super bullish, it's almost cult-like, but there's this legendary wallet, FBB4. So have a look at this wallet. I'll chuck it in the description of the video, but what you can see is the holdings in this wallet. Over $6 million, huge amount, and a lot of that is in Book of Ethereum, Pepe Coin, Based AI, GameStop, Kekistan. So there are a few coins here that are linked, and if you look at a couple of the big holders, especially Book of Ethereum, Pepe Coin, Based AI, History of Pepe, and Profit, especially these ones, very intertwined. You also want to go and have a bit of a look at their Twitter, so I absolutely love what they're doing here. And have a read of a couple of these tweets. In essence, they're doing a snapshot, and people who hold Book of Ethereum, Hope, and Profit should be chosen in a snapshot to get some form of, I don't know, airdrop, unknown at this stage, but it just adds to the mystery. Not only is it a meme coin, but it's an ecosystem backed by a massive whale wallet, and this whale wallet is continuously buying Book of Ethereum, Hope, and Profit. So when the prices are at all-time highs, that's when he's actually buying. He's also adding liquidity to liquidity pools. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. So super bullish on these three projects, and I'm going to use these to farm more KASPA. So I'm going to take profits on the way up on Book of Ethereum, Hope, and Profit, and I'm going to add that back into my KASPA bags to grow my CAS. Awesome. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching, legends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. It really does help out so much. As always, I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one.